Currently the Head of Education and Networking Office at WIPIC. WIPIC is the UNESCO Category 2 Center, the International Center for the Interpretation and Presentation of the World Heritage Sites. So, and I will be your host during the introduction session. So for the last few years, we have seen the many needs on the heritage interpretation around the world, and that's the very rationale of the establishment of our center and also for the background of organizing this session. So today's seminar is particularly practical and also field-oriented session where we will explore the concept of heritage interpretation and also review the case studies. Our program will start with opening remarks and proceed with the presentation sessions and conclude with the Q&A and discussions. So I just want to stress that today's seminar is jointly organized by 3 UNESCO Category 2 centers, WIPIC, Africa World Heritage Fund, and also the Arab Regional Center for World Heritage, which are some of the most active Category 2 centers in the World Heritage area. So this is a very meaningful and also significant moment to share with you some of our collaborative projects. So to begin, we will have opening speeches from the organizers, but before, I would like to express thanks to our special guests. First, Ms. Young-ah Im, the Director General of the Heritage Policy Bureau at Korea Heritage Service. And Her Excellency Dr. Sang-mi Park, Permanent Delegate of the Republic of Korea to UNESCO. Okay, and we have His Excellency Mr. Peter Ngure, Permanent Delegate of the Republic of Kenya to UNESCO. And I will probably wait for the other ambassadors to arrive. But in the meantime, I think we can start with our opening speech. So first, I would like to invite Mr. Chang Nam-hong, the Director General of WIPIC. So please join me in welcoming the Director Hong with a big round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am Chang Nam-hong, the Director General of the International Center for the Interpretation and Presentation of World Heritage Sites. It's my great pleasure to host the side event, The Understanding of Heritage Interpretation Strategy and its case studies. I would like to deliver my deep appreciation to Dr. Jyoti Hosagraha of the World Heritage Center, all the speakers. I would like to express my gratitude and congratulations to Albino Chopela. From the Africa World Heritage Fund, Mr. Nashad, from the Arab Regional Center for World Heritage, and all the staff who have been involved in planning this event. This event is a result of the long-standing collaboration between WIPIC, AHF, and AICH. Under the vision to understand World Heritage interpretation, we successfully conducted capacity building workshop in Namibia and Bahrain. At the capacity building workshop, I realized that while many people understand the importance of heritage interpretation, they struggle with how to actually do it. Today's seminar is designed to meet these expectations. Our 3 organizers want to share the knowledge and expertise we've gained on heritage interpretation concepts, procedures, and methods through our collaboration and research. I hope this will be a meaningful time for all of you. Once again, thank you for your participation.
Next, we will hear the organizer's speech from Mr. Ibrahim Al-Khalifa, the Deputy Director of the Arab Regional Center for World Heritage. Please give him a warm round of applause.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor for me to be with you here today. And it's great to see this packed room. I think it's a reflection of the importance of interpretation and presentation of world heritage sites on the global stage It shows the commitment of member states and observers in safeguarding and protecting our common heritage. As the Arab Region Center for World Heritage, a Category 2 center based in the Kingdom of Bahrain, we were pleased to partner with our partners in African World Heritage Fund and the International Center on Interpretation and Presentation of World Heritage Sites, WPIC, in the hosting and organization of a regional workshop between 22nd and 24th of April this year for heritage site managers in our region in Manama, looking into priorities that were previously identified within the third cycle of the periodic reporting exercise in the Arab states, and it looked into ensuring sustainable management of World Heritage Sites in the Arab region. And in order to achieve this, it is essential to strengthen the capacities of key stakeholders in developing sustainable tourism policies, strategies, and plans, including for presentation and interpretation through participatory approaches and engagements of local communities in all activities concerning the protection, conservation, and promotion of World Heritage Sites. The objectives of the workshop was to look into providing participants with a comprehensive understanding of the interpretation and presentations of sites, emphasizing its role in the sustainable conservation and management of these sites, and to also facilitate participants with comprehensive and assessment of values attributed to their heritage sites, identify key issues related to the interpretation and presentations of World Heritage Sites in the Arab region, enhancing the representation and promotion of sites in our region, ensuring their visibility and recognition. Through the site visit to the Burning Path, a World Heritage Site in the Kingdom of Bahrain, and you can see the picture in the banner over there, the participants had the opportunity to discuss cases of local community engagement at the Burning Path, discussion on living heritage found on the site, and brainstorming on integrated approach on intangible and tangible heritage for the action plan for the interpretation of the site. So I think it shows that together as regional partners in the Arab region and the African region and globally, we can work together to ensure that our sites are represented and ensure that it is also presented in a way that protects its history and also safeguarded for the future. I would like to thank you all again for your attention and wish you all the best.
Thank you, Ibrahim. Next, we have Flora Mohola, trustee in the Board of Trustees of African World Heritage Fund, who will be delivering her organizer's remarks. Please.
Excellencies, distinguished delegates, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all. I'm honored to speak at this collaborative event which brings together 3 UNESCO Category 2 centers, namely the International Center for the Interpretation and Presentation of World Heritage Sites, that is WPIC, the African World Heritage Fund, for which I'm a trustee board member, and the Arab Regional Center for World Heritage under the theme, The Understanding of Heritage Interpretation Strategy and Case Studies. The HF is an intergovernmental organization that was created in 2006 by the African Union and UNESCO to address challenges faced by the African state parties in the implementation of the World Heritage Convention of 1972, specifically to address matters related to underrepresentation of African sites on the World Heritage List and the insufficient conservation and management of this site. The fund is hosted by the government of South Africa on behalf of the African continent. There is growing demand for effective heritage interpretation strategy, and I'm happy that the Category 2 centers from different regions are collaborating to respond to this particular need. I need to further emphasize that in interpretation, we need to tell our stories in a manner in which we know them, in which we understand them, and in a way in which the world can then understand our stories. Our shared goal is to promote and showcase cultural and natural heritage by striving for improved interpretation and presentation of these World Heritage Sites and providing a platform for exchange of best practices. Effective heritage presentation is therefore essential for fostering a deeper understanding and appreciation of these sites and ensuring that they are not only preserved but also meaningfully communicated to the global audience. We believe that collaboration among interregional Category 2 centers is crucial for the advancement of the implementation of the convention. And today's event is actually a testament to the power of collaboration, as my colleague from the Aram Center has indicated. By bringing together from different regions, we can learn from each other and develop innovative approaches to heritage interpretation and presentation. And through these efforts, we aim to enhance the visibility and understanding of the World Heritage Sites in Africa, in Asia, in the Pacific region, and even in the Arab states. This agreement, in 2023, the AHF and the International and WIPIC, they signed a memorandum of understanding to strengthen collaboration among the states that I mentioned earlier on. And this agreement marks a significant step in our efforts to foster international cooperation and ensure that our heritage interpretation strategies are informed by a diverse range of perspectives and experiences. And this year in 2024, the AWHF and the Arab Regional Center, they signed a similar MOU to strengthen the collaboration with the Arab region. And this partnership underscores our commitment to working together to address common challenges and opportunities in heritage conservation. These partnerships, they exemplify our commitment to fostering interregional collaboration and sharing expertise in heritage interpretation presentation. And by working together, we can develop and implement strategies that resonate with diverse audiences, ensuring that World Heritage Sites are not only preserved but also appreciated and understood by all. As we delve into the various case studies this afternoon and the strategies that will be presented here, I encourage you to engage actively and to share your experiences, also to explore opportunities for further collaboration. Together, we can make significant strides in ensuring and enhancing the interpretation and presentation of our shared heritage. I thank you.
Thank you, Flora. Next, we will hear from a special member state. His Excellency Mr. Peter Ngure, Permanent Delegate of the Republic of Kenya to UNESCO. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, standing on the established protocols, receive my warm greetings. It's really a pleasure to join you at this auspicious occasion where we celebrate our collaborative ventures with the Arab states, and specifically through the three C2C institutions that have already been named. At the outset, I would want to express my deepest gratitude to each one of you who have probably skipped lunch or opted for managing their weight. For me, I'm managing my height. And as we do that, we manage our brains too, because in such sessions, you can be sure that they are very, very enriching. On matters of interpretation and presentation, what comes to my mind is the ability to express yourself. And thinking about interpretation and presentation, it's more of a combination of both quantitative and qualitative skills. In Africa, where I come from, and specifically in African universities, we are still grappling with an acute shortage of qualitative researchers. I have permission to mention that, although they called me Mr. I'm a professor, but it doesn't matter. But I would say, without any fear of contradiction, that we still suffer from an acute shortage of qualitative researchers, people who can look at situations and without looking at numbers and tables and formulas, they can be able to tell the story. I think the shortage is not occasioned by the fact that we are not good storytellers, but rather it is a deficit in terms of the tools, deploying the appropriate tools for now interpreting the story. And I think this is part of what we are looking forward to in this very unique session. And stories are better told when you have variety. The collaboration between the African states through the AWHF together with the Arab states presents to us an opportunity to hear different stories and to appreciate different ways of interpreting and deploying the stories. So sit back, enjoy, and learn how to tell and interpret stories. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Peter Ngure. Now, last but not least, we are honored to have Dr. Jyoti Hosagraha, the Deputy Director of the World Heritage Center, who will deliver a congratulatory remark for us. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Madam Sang-mi Bak, Ambassador and Permanent Delegate of the Republic of Korea to UNESCO, Your Excellency, Mr. Peter Ngure, Ambassador and Permanent Delegate of Kenya to UNESCO, Mr. Yadubir Singh Rawat, Director General of the Archaeological Survey of India, dear distinguished representatives of WIPIC, of ArcWH and AW8C. It is my great pleasure today to welcome you to this side event and organized as a part of the 46th session of the World Heritage Committee here in New Delhi, and to welcome you here on behalf of UNESCO. Our gathering today is made possible by the collaborative efforts of 3 Category 2 centers under the auspices of UNESCO working on World Heritage. The International Center for Interpretation and Presentation of World Heritage, WIPIC, the African World Heritage Fund, the HF, and the Arab Regional Center for World Heritage, ArcWH, are all very close collaborators with UNESCO. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to these institutions for your dedication and commitment to advancing our collective understanding of heritage interpretation. The essence of World Heritage has evolved remarkably since the establishment of the World Heritage Convention in 1972. Our approach has transitioned from focusing mainly on the preservation of cultural properties to a more people-centered approach where heritage truly plays a role in the life of communities around the world. Today, we recognize that heritage is not merely about conserving monuments and natural wonders. It is about engaging people, about fostering appreciation and ensuring that heritage is actively engaged in a manner that involves and benefits the communities around it. Heritage interpretation is a vital component of this modern approach. Effective interpretation strategies enable us to connect with diverse audiences, communicate the value of heritage sites, and foster a sense of stewardship among local and global communities. This side event aims to address the growing need for such strategies and to share insights and best practices from various regions and contexts. Our distinguished speakers today include representatives from these 3 organizations and esteemed officials from the Great Zimbabwe University and the Namibian government, among others. Their collective expertise and experiences will help us better understand the challenges and opportunities that heritage interpretation represents for world heritage across the world. One of the primary goals of this event is to raise awareness about the importance of heritage interpretation and to facilitate the exchange of good practices. As we explore various case studies that highlight innovative approaches to interpretation and discuss how these can be adapted and applied in different contexts, we will also learn from each from each other. By openly sharing our experiences, we can develop more effective strategies that resonate with diverse audiences and promote a deeper understanding of our shared heritage, so that it may be cherished and passed on to future generations as it was passed down to us. By openly sharing our experiences, it is crucial to recognize the role of local communities in heritage interpretation. Communities are not just passive recipients of heritage, they are active participants and custodians. Their knowledge, traditions, and stories are integral to the narrative of heritage sites, engaging local communities in the interpretation processes ensures that their voices are heard and that their perspectives are reflected in the way heritage is presented and managed. This inclusive approach not only enriches the visitor experience but also fosters a sense of pride and ownership among community members. Today, we will discuss various models of community engagement and see how we can empower communities to take a role in heritage interpretation. We will look at successful examples from different parts of the world and identify practical steps that we can take to enhance community involvement. I'd like to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to WIPIC, and which is our youngest Category 2 center, and that is specifically dedicated to interpretation of World Heritage, for its constant support since its establishment and for hosting this important event. The center's commitment to promoting cultural heritage and fostering international cooperation is truly commendable. I also wish to extend my thanks to the co-organizers of this event and Chef, with whom we have had a long and fruitful collaboration. Many thanks also to the distinguished speakers and panelists. And in conclusion, I want to reaffirm the importance of our collective dedication to safeguarding our shared heritage through effective and inclusive interpretation strategies. By working together, we can ensure that World Heritage Sites continue to inspire, educate, and bring people together around our shared heritage of humanity across the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jyoti, for your warm remarks and also encouragement for our activities. Thank you.